giving all praise, all honor, all glory. His mercy endure forever. In the midst of the storm, I keep holding on. I know it's gonna get better. His hand is not slack, he's the one to deliver. His mercy endure forever. In the midst of the storm, I keep holding on. I know it's gonna get better. Living in high expectations.
All right, welcome back. All praises to the Most High God, Ahaya, so Ahaya. All right, brothers and sisters, we're going to get ready to go into the Apocrypha. We're going to start off with letting the prophet Cece read you a quick explanation on the book of Judith. Okay, it is in the Apocrypha. We're reading from the Septuagint, but this is also in the King James Version Bible of the 1611. So she's going to read you a real quick overview of the book of Judith, and then we're going to get ready to go into this study.
Yeah, just to be clear, I know that Elder has a southern drawl for the most part, and that many of you are not familiar with this book because we were not raised with reading the Apocrypha when we came up in many of the churches. So we're saying Judith, and it is female, Judith, Judith. And according to the overview here for the Apocrypha, in the Septuagint, it says the story of Judith is a contribution to the literature of Jewish patriotism. It is a sacred historical novel. The story is laid in the period just after the return from the captivity. The book itself was written in the Maccabean age and in Nebuchadnezzar is the probable figure of Antiochus and Ephanes. The Aramaic and Greek versions were probably derived from a Hebrew original.
Okay, so that being said, brothers and sisters, at this time, the king over the nations was Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, Nebuchadnezzar. So we're going to go into the book of Judith. I'm going to have the prophetess go in there to try to find chapter
12.
I want to give, because there's so much in the book of Judith, prophetess, I want to give an overview as to where Judith came in. Let's start in chapter 7. Let's read a little bit verses in chapter 7. Then we're going to jump around, brothers and sisters. We're going to jump around. But it's a lot here, okay?
Chapter 7?
Yeah, let's start in chapter 7 here. Then we go to where Judith came to play in the story, okay?
All right. So I believe, let me know. So beginning in Judith chapter 7, the next day, Holofernes commanded.
Because a lot of our readers and listeners are not familiar with this book, let's see if that person's name is in the Jewish Bible dictionary. Holofernes, according to the Apocrypha, was the head man in charge of the armies of Nebuchadnezzar. Okay? He's the one that geeked up the other armies in the kingdom to come against Israel. Let's find out who this person is.
I do not see it. It's not in here.
Because we're talking about the Apocrypha, I'm not surprised if it's not in there. I wouldn't be surprised.
It is not. His name is not in here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine, prophetess.
Yes. No, it is not listed, and that is because it is in the Jewish Bible. And most of the Bible dictionaries, they line up with words that are prevalent in the Bibles, the different versions that we have. This Zondervan Bible Dictionary is from the New International Version, and then you can find others with the King James Version. But even still, because the Apocrypha is not included, they removed those books. You wouldn't find a lot of the references that we hear. All right. So beginning in verse 1, in Judith, out of the Apocrypha, chapter 7. The next day, Holofernes commanded all his army and all his people, which were come to take his part, that they should remove their camp against Bethulia, to take aforehand the excellence of the hills country, of the hill country, and to make war against the children of Israel.
Now, this give you guys a brief overview. I'm going to let Prophet CC read this. A lot to read here, but this guy has set up camp at the bottom in the valley in the area of where the children of Israel. The children of Israel were living amongst hills over here, okay? And they were seeing them. So these people was camping around about them to try to overtake them. But remember, the children of Israel, they were high up. They were living up on hills. Go ahead, Prophet.
Then their strong men removed their camps in that day, and the army of the men of war was 170,000 footmen and 12,000 horsemen, besides the baggage and other men that were afoot among them, a very great multitude. And they camped in the valley near unto Bethulia by the fountain, and they spread themselves in breadth over the Dotham even to Beltham, and in length from Bethulia unto Seamon, which is over against Esdrelon. Now the children of Israel, when they saw the multitude of them, were greatly troubled and said, every one to his neighbor, now will these men lift up the face of the earth? For neither the high mountains nor the valleys nor the hills are able to bear their weight.
Now here we go again, brothers. So we just seen this with David. And you know, not David, but the men of Israel. Every time we see a great multitude, we get afraid of stuff.
Great multitude, great stature and height, and it was one person. Even though they were there with the armies, just that one person was standing up in Goliath. But he was big. He was bigger than them. And just like you made reference to Joshua, when they sent the spies over to camp out the land.
They saw giants in the land.
To camp out the land that the Most High promised them. All they could see is how large the people were.
And look, now, mind you, now, true enough, now, here, they see a whole lot of people. This is a lot of men. This is what, 70,000 footmen and 12,000 horsemen?
Plus the people carrying the baggage that was amongst them, so their servants and everyone else that was with them.
They looking down off the hill, they seen all these men encamped round about them that wanted to kill them. Key read, Prophet.
Then every man took up his weapon of war, and when they had kindled fires upon their towers, they remained and watched all that night. They were so worried they couldn't even sleep. They just stood.
There was no sleeping going on. No sleeping.
But in the second day, Holofernes brought forth all his horsemen in the sight of the children of Israel, which were in Bethulia, and viewed the passages up to the city, and came to the fountains of their waters, and took them and set garrisons of men of war over them, and he himself removed toward his people.
Okay, so this head general, this head captain over Nebuchadnezzar's army, right? He set people to block the way. He watched the passages up way to the mountains where the people, where the children of Israel is. He go set traps. Okay.
The garrisons set up.
Key read.
Then came unto him all the chief of the children of Esau.
The children of who?
Esau.
Who is Esau? Okay.
And so then came unto him, so him being Holofernes, so he was there with the children of Esau. And so then came unto him all of the chiefs of the children of Esau.
Okay.
So not just were the children, it was the chiefs. Each one of them had different sects because all the chiefs, it says, just like we always talk about the leaders of every tribe.
Right.
When we are speaking of Israel.
Right.
There were several different sects of Esau.
Right.
And their chiefs of Esau came to Holofernes.
And was this Esau? Who else was the prophet?
And all the governors of the people of Moab.
Moab again? Moab again?
Because this is our story, and it continues, and it never stops. And the captains of the sea coast, and said, let our Lord now hear a word, that there be not an overthrow in thine army.
So at this time now, there were some men that wanted to talk about, hey, if my Lord Hephaestus, let's hear this truth, because we don't want your army to be defeated. Okay?
Right.
And he came with a word. We're going to touch on the word of what he came. It's a testimony to the children of Israel. Just read down to... Okay, yeah. Just read down. Keep reading. Just go ahead, prophets. Let the Spirit take it.
Verse 10, and again, for those who may be just chiming in or attempting to follow us, if you do not have an Apocrypha, you will not be able to, because we are reading in the Apocrypha and in the book of Judith, 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 chapter 7, and beginning at verse 10, picking up at verse 10. For this people of the children of Israel do not trust in their spears, but in the height of the mountains wherein they dwell, because it is not easy to come up to the tops of their mountains.
Okay.
Verse 11, now therefore, my Lord, fight not against them in battle array, and there shall not so much as one man of thy people perish. Now
this person is talking to Holofernes, right, and telling him what to do if y'all don't want to perish.
Right.
All right.
Remain in the camp and keep all the men of thine army, and let thy servants get into their hands the fountain of water, which is, I can't see that. What does it say?
Let me see it. The fountain of water, which issue forth.
Okay, which issue is a spot in there. They cannot point that out. Which issueth forth of the foot of the mountain. For all the inhabitants of Bethulia have their water here. So shall thirst kill them, and they shall give up their city, and we and our people shall go up to the tops of the mountains that are near.
So let me break it down, brothers. Now, this is the plan now, okay? Understand what he's saying now here. We ain't got to go up and fight them because they up on the mountains, right? This is what he's saying. Interpret. This is why the scriptures is given to our people. We ain't got to go up and fight them with no spears. We ain't got to throw no rocks. For the love of Allah, whatever they call it, they devil cry, because it ain't for the glory of the Most High. Let's cut off their water supply. Let's make them thirsty. Matter of fact, let's go down and take the water ourselves. Let's drink up all their water, so they got to come out, or they just go die. We can wait them out. Keep reading, prophet.
So shall thirst kill them, and they shall give up their city, and we and our people shall go up to the tops of the mountains that are near, and will camp upon them to watch that none go out of the city.
Understand, there's evil plotted against us. There's people that come against us, that devise plans for how to kill us, even to the day. No, we ain't got to kill them with tanks. Let's use genocide. Let's use these medicines. Let's use all kind of drugs to get them killed off. That's being planned today against our people, and always has been. Let's poison their water. What happened in Ohio, brothers and sisters?
Or Michigan, Flint.
What happened in Flint? This is ridiculous. Keep reading, prophet.
Verse 14. So they and their wives and their children shall be consumed with famine, and before the sword come against them, they shall be overthrown in the streets where they dwell. Thus shalt thou render them an evil reward, because they rebelled and met not thy person peaceably.
So this is a plot and plan. It came by the other leaders in the camp, and they told Holofernes, the main commander, this is what we should do. Okay? So we're going to skip down some here. We know there's a plot and plan to kill Israel. These people are outside camp trying to take over, right? But let's find out what happened here. All right? Read down to verse 20, prophets. Go down to verse 20.